folks. This is the Doug Rice Show. Decided to come in and see how everyone is doing instead of waiting until noon. And so how you doing, folks? Good morning. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. We got 4 minutes until noon. I want everybody to show up soon. Well, there's that. All right, so how's everybody doing? I'll wait everybody to mill in. I decided to just have folks come in as we begin the show. Welcome. I invited quite a few folks. This is going to be an interesting diatribe. This is going to be, I would say, as close to getting banned as I can possibly get without getting banned, because I'm going to say some shit. And there we have it. So I hope everybody's doing well. It's Sunday. It is the 2nd of April, 2023. I've decided to come on board and show myself to you with a different little flavor, because I've not broken from my usual way of doing things. It's just, we are right on the brink. We are right there. And we're going to have a frank discussion today. We're going to talk about things that may, in fact, hurt feelings. And for that, I do not apologize. For that, I am not regretful. I'm not sorrowful. I'm not complaining. I'm not here. I'm just entertaining. I'm really going to dig into some meat today. Ladies and germs, brothers and sisters. And it's getting serious. It's moving in the direction that I think is being telegraphed almost to near perfection. And they're not throwing any false rights or lefts. I mean, they are coming right between our eyes with their intent. And before it's over, a lot of us may wonder where some of us went. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. 2 minutes before noon. And I'm gonna probably start the show soon, but right now I'm just chopping it up with you. Those of you early birds who decide to come up, show up, be here, I appreciate you. Appreciate your ear. My name is Doug Rice. Welcome to the show. And I'm going to tell everybody everything I know. Well, not everything, but as much as I possibly can. Katrina should be here. 2 minutes to showtime. Everyone prepare, because we're going to have a good time. Oh, yeah. All right. Shall I do it? I think I am going to do it because, well, you know, it's how everybody expects me to open the show. So here we go. Good morning, baby. With 1 minute to spare. It's the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. I'm Doug Rice. I can hear the horns. I can hear them. Okay, how you doing? Wake up! It's noon. Some of you were privy to the pre-show show. And that show's gone. Welcome to the main event. All right, I'm Doug Rice. 12 o'clock straight up. The show's officially on. It's noon. It's the 2nd of April. I hope everyone has had a good weekend thus far. I, for one, I'm just kind of treading water. I'm taking in the information. I'm being entertained by the projection. I'm being terrified by the expectation. It's a thing. This is happening. This is happening. We're going to get into some stuff today, folks. If you were here before you were supposed to be here, maybe you lended your ear, maybe you drew a little near, because let me tell you something. It's about to go down with this incendiary clown. I'm telling you, Trump! I told this to my wife yesterday, so this is considered practiced. This boy Trump is not playing around, folks, ladies and germs, brothers and sisters. Negroes, you better hear me. This man is plotting. He's planning. Oh, dear. Listen, you know, if you can't see the telegraph while these flimsy, feckless folks with their nervous laugh move towards an explosive indication of their intent, and let me tell you, they won't relent. This man, Trump, is a danger to Negroes specifically. Now, you need to hear me. Now, Tuesday is supposed to be the day this clown shows up with his arms extended, ready to be arrested. Okay? And Marjorie Taylor Greene, chief amongst them, the rabble-rousing, low-frequency PWT trailer trash. God, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. What a fucking nightmare. Only juxtaposed to Lauren Boebert, who is an equally obnoxious and ill-educated nightmare. But Marjorie Taylor Greene intends to show up Tuesday with a crowd of other Neanderthals hell-bent on attempting to hold to account the Negro in charge of bringing counts on Donald Trump's ass. And let me tell you something, this chick ain't got no class. What bothers me is that so many of us are simply walking about this place with our heads up our asses. Let me tell you something, even those with clear sight, those that wear glasses, you're not looking. You're not seeing. You don't know what they intend. These folks have the country's whole ass in the up end. And I'm going to tell you, they're going to try it. Don't you goddamn deny it. Because January 6th laid down the template for what these cruel individuals will do if they intend to. It is not cool. They scaled the walls like monkeys, y'all. They intend to do that again. If they can get away with it, then they're going to move even further in Negro direction. So I say all of this for our Negro protection. Well, this is what I told my wife. It could flow through communities individually, indiscriminately. You know, they see that a Negro is on Donald Trump's rear end. And then that vibration of ill will flows through. And then there's not a single one of your neighbors that's going to pretend to stop a single another neighbor to come talk to your face and maybe try to put you in your place, as you are somehow an extension of every Negro that they mention involved in this apprehension of Donald J. Trump. Okay, whatever. So, watch it. Watch for it. Look for it. Because what other move does he have? And has he not used white nationalists before on his behalf? Now, listen, if they have no proclivity toward attacking Congress, what the fuck do you think they won't do to us? And he beats the drum of their racist ideation. He beats it. He beats it. It's a vile creation. Every day we see it grow in the minds of folks that are not Negroes. And if we say something, we see something, well, suddenly now we're labeled something. And I need to say this beyond doubt. A Negro that doesn't like racists is not a racist. That's just stupidity. Please. And I hate racists and racism. Just because I'm vocal about it, that doesn't make me one of them. Okay, we're done there. 12:06 in the afternoon. It's the 2nd of April 2023. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for seeing me. This is the Doug Rice Show. And time is getting short. And I see so many of us focusing on things that aren't even fit to report. I mean, I've seen debates, I've seen squander, I've seen argument. I mean, it's just, it's really depressing to watch Negroes, as opposed to focusing on the kingdom and all that it will bring them. They're focused on topics, debatable things. And there's no profit that any of that brings. But we still do it. Moving on, nothing to it. All right, 12:07. This is the Doug Rice Show. This is what I do. If you don't know how this started, let me tell you. Let me share with you. On January 6th, the day that they all showed their asses to the world, I was in this very office screaming and yelling at my television until I felt it necessary to go to TikTok hell. And I ran video after video back to back to back to back for days. And those days turned into weeks, and those weeks turned into months, and I'm still doing this shit. And so, whenever I get the chance, whenever I get the time, I decide to put together 7 topics, come from my mind, and I share them with you, folks, Negroes, my family, the Holy Family of Judah, the tribe. You need to seriously consider that when you get time. Moving on. So we got these 7 topics, and I'll go through Negro news. And we'll do a little of that, and after we've perused, I'll close the show, and there I'll go. And next few days, I'll think something else to say. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Detrina should be here, hopefully. And if she is, please understand she'll kick you out in a wave of a hand. All right, here we go, 7 topics. So I want to share with you the first topic, the anchor topic, as I call it, yes. It was supposed to be the Untold Story. I want to share this with you. And somehow, through neglect, through distraction, through my intent on rushing to get things up and running, I neglected the T or the S. And so now it has the Untold Tory. So I looked up the word Tory. I did. Yes, I did. And I found its definition to mean something that I could work into what I consider a decent opening for you. So, the Untold Tory is where we will begin. And I hope you guys will listen in. So first, I want to define the word Tory. It's very specific. It comes from an Irish background. Tory, mid-17th century, probably from Irish, Torehi, outlaw highwayman. That's the name, that's what Tory. The word was used of Irish peasants dispossessed by English settlers and living as robbers, and extended to other marauders, especially in the Scottish Highlands. It was then adopted circa 1679 as an abusive nickname for the supporters of the Catholic James II. So the word Tory minus that S, has caused me to move forward, not digress. And I found that definition something almost of a premonition. The Untold Tory. Listen, what else are they than marauders? What are they other than what they have called themselves? I'll read it again. I mean, it kind of explains itself. Living as robbers, outlaw highwaymen. Now, folks, I don't know your take on who surrounds Negroes, but peppered amongst the various immigrants that have come to the shores, of course, we have Irish, Scottish, English, all of them surrounding this one word as outlaws, peasants, dispossessed by English settlers, which settlers are themselves outlaws and highwaymen. People that steal while moving. That's an interesting descriptive. The Untold Tory. Let me explain where these folks come from, because it's important we understand who we're dealing with. Now, there is a YouTube channel called Divergent. I pointed this out before. And Divergent has the most obscure yet shocking photo collection. And in that collection, you can find it on his channel. He expresses the use of incubators to increase the European population throughout this globe at specific intervals of time in their history. And I might add that these individuals, these incubated beings, purposely brought about through scientific manipulation, genetic adaptation, through selective aggregation, have now sprung offspring into and through this nation. And this is who we are dealing with as Negroes trapped. Now, you may say, something else, but here, if you remember, shortly after Donald Trump was elected, there was a brouhaha in Charlottesville. And Charlottesville had these nondescript, plain, angry white males with tiki torches picked up from Home Depot for sure. And the chant that these individuals would make and exclaim would be, "They will not replace us." They are obsessed with being replaced. They're obsessed with being replaced. And as things carry down through generation and generationally, you understand the same fears are passed through. And so you hear in their ears, "They will not replace us." Well, they are the replacements that face us. No, this is the truth. These are soulless beings. These are dangerous individuals that are now just becoming conscious of the fact that the sun may affect them negatively. These are Tory. These are outlaws. These are highwaymen. They rob while moving. And as you've read in some of the expressive Negro prose that I've collected and exposed, they approach societies with a smile. And then after a while, it's an aggressive kind of thing. You know what I mean? And what they bring? These folks consider themselves peasants, dispossessed by English settlers. And I can't say less, living as robbers. This is a definition extended to other marauders. A clan of violent individuals recreated through manipulation beneath them, then let upon their own nation to replace them, then traveling to other nations to repeat the process right in our face. And it's just interesting. They don't want to talk about this as a fact, but a fact it is. Now, they talk about their superiority. They talk about all of the things that they claim make them better than. I need you to understand something. We are discussing folks of Neanderthal heritage, folks that have Rh negative blood. And scientists have shown beyond any doubt that Rh negative blood is an intrusion into the genetic code of specific individuals on this planet. Not only that, those individuals are, in fact, more intelligent. I'm going to say it again. Genetically adhered individuals to some hybrid plan, according to whatever individual that made this up, have a slightly higher intelligence. You'll find most of the individuals that are actors, able to memorize a lot of lines, are Rh negative. Oh, yes, it's in their behinds. And it's offset by a certain missing melanin protein needed to protect them from the vibration of the natural sun that has them on the run. So for one benefit, you have a loss. And maybe that's the cause of so much cancer, so much illness, Black Death, and the plague. I mean, as soon as they got here, the land tried to lay waste to them. And everywhere they went throughout this globe, they took the disease that almost decimated and emaciated the indigenous population there long before their arrival, now fighting for their very survival. Oh yes, we're going to talk today. It's an untold Tory, isn't it? Hey. Again, violent without cause, warlike individuals, replacement people, hidden underground, let loose upon the surface of the earth, now led by an orange menace reflective of their essence. Blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin. I digress. Don't get in your feelings, please. Listen, we're watching. We can see, we can understand the reflective nature of their intent, and it's not good. And they relent. So, the Untold Tory. Let's keep that in our mind, who we're dealing with, because they are on our Negro behinds. All right, next. So I hope that was good opening. I like that one. 12:18 in the afternoon, the 2nd of April. This is the Doug Rice Show. This is what I do. Ever so often, maybe once a week, I'll come in front of you and I'll tell you everything I've thought the week before. Okay, well, we'll just leave that one there because I just keep open the door. All right, a torn veil. A torn veil. If you want to know the topics, the subjects that I'll hit upon, all you have to do is read within the description that I set upon Facebook and other social media platforms. I just want to make sure that you are thoroughly informed. A torn veil. A torn veil. That's what they're experiencing right now. That's what all of us are experiencing, a torn veil. We refer back to the veil torn during the time of Yahushua's existence, when upon his demise, he died and the veil was torn in the Holy of Most Holies, and there you could see whatever you could see because, well, there it was. I mean, I don't know what it was, but okay. Well, there are secrets that have been kept hidden for so long. The torn veil of truth rips through society, rips through the earth. The availability of information in the hands of nearly everyone on this planet has opened up the eyes of so many. And I say again, they did not want Negroes to read for a reason. It's a torn veil. It's exposing the ugly within them. And they're nearly assisting its exposure, almost ripping their shirts off to expose the giant, I don't know, R for racism. I don't know. Well, you know, these super racists, uber mention. For God's sake. And we see them clearly now. And there is no reason for any of us to hold back what we see in observation, because there's every likelihood that they'll do everything to cancel our Negro nation. So, the light of truth, veil is dropped, it's ripped, it's on the floor. There's no keeping back from us anymore all the hidden things that we now explore. And I'm trying to figure out what you'll bring to our shores, because you're coming, aren't they? Listen, they can't let this rest. I mean, they're going to give us their best. Negroes, be ready, because they're going to come hard, fast, and steady. It's a torn veil. The emperor has no clothes. We're going to just see how all of this goes. Next! All right, that's good. 12:22. Still here with you. This is the Doug Rice Show. How you doing? Listen, I do this for one reason. Here's the deal. This is the most smile you'll see on my face in a public forum, because if you see me out in any other space, I will not have it on form. You understand? I do this for one purpose only. I want to get that goddamn grin off Negro faces again and again. Only because it doesn't belong there. It does not belong there. The grin does not belong, especially these days, because we see just how evil they can be in their ways. And Tuesday's coming. Tuesday's coming, and the day after that, and we're going to see what happens after that still. I tell you, you're not going to be happy until they pay the goddamn bill, huh? And pay they will. Moving on, okay. As below, so above. I like that. I say it with love. As below, so above. It's happening down here, isn't it? It's happening. It's going on, isn't it? I see it. Don't you see it? I mean, I see it. I'm watching them. They're losing their minds, right? Some of us are finding our minds. Some of us are collectively bringing it together, you know. It's happening. And as below, so above. You know, what's happening here is simply a reflection of what's happening elsewhere. Nearly in perfect parallel sequence. It never relents. It's the constant expression that we have in our face, and it is expressing itself right now in this place. Listen carefully. The reflective nature of creation. I've said this before. It's an iteration. I don't know. But I'm imagining somewhere in heaven some conflict, involving conscience, involving identity. Who knows? You know, all of the things that we seem to muddle through on this earth have happened before elsewhere, either in an unseen realm or a seen realm long ago. There is nothing new under the sun, don't you know? Of course you do. There is a delayed representation as well. So whatever we see happen here happened elsewhere, but back in time, even just moments ago, even long ago, who knows? But we need to be conscious of that as we muddle through, as we look at this and look at all they do in an effort to stave off what must be concluded, the approach of God's kingdom. So as below, so above, and that is the rub. Reality is manifesting itself. occurrences are bringing themselves into creation, into existence. This is not the base reality. I'm telling you this. This is very, very important. As below, so above. It happens there first, and then it comes here. Just remember and lend your ear. The delay of all that we do and say in every respect is a perfect representation of an unseen realm, maybe even in an unseen nation. I don't know. But this stuff comes to me, and so I say it. Anyway, next. What happens next? I don't know. What happens next? What happens next? What's going to happen? We see what they're doing. What's going to happen, folks? Are you watching? What's going to happen next? I don't think it's up to them anymore. I don't think that they have control of this out of control situation. I think that they are completely out of their element in this nation. I think that they've hollowed themselves. I've said it before. They've murdered everyone that they could turn to assist in steering this country back on the false track it was on in the first place. So really what they're begging for is, to go back to the lie. That's really what they're begging to save this thing they call a democracy, the democracy that they envision where white people rule without question and everyone else makes out the best that they can, any direction. That's just a fact. And so you can't say, this is an equal playing field when there is absolutely no equality anywhere to be seen. What happens next? What happened before? What happened? All we have to do is look at what happened before. What led them into their last war? I mean, that's what's going to lead them into their next. I mean, all they seemingly do is project. And they're mad at their circumstances. They're mad at their being. Do you understand the things that we're seeing? This isn't a game. This isn't a joke. These idiots really want the smoke. And they're going to get it too, boo. They're going to have what they want. They're going to have all kind of bodies that they flaunt. Who knows what happens next? Look to history to repeat itself. And I'm going to say this without too much thought in it. The Germanic tribes that these individuals descend from have been starting shit for centuries. The Romans had to put these Germanic tribes down in the very manner you saw in Gladiator. And I do mean they didn't go down easy. They chopped off heads. They lived in the hills. They lived in the mountains. They wore fur. Hey, I'm getting your feelings. But look at their history. They want to fight. That's all they want to do all day, all night. That's all they want. Aggression, relentlessly, along with a little oppression. And the worst thing is they can't learn their lesson. They won't hold themselves into account. They won't even look at their history. They'd rather, to them, it remain a mystery. All right, so ask your Negro selves their intent. What's on their minds? What are their children saying about what they want to do with us? Why is it somehow all of their grievances turn to 6 degrees of separation right at the feet of Negroes? I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, Donald Trump has a gripe. Oh yeah, we've been in his life for years. I mean, the 70s wouldn't rent to Negroes. And I mean, Central Park 5. I mean, those bastards that won't just play ball and entertain me. And then, let's get rid of every Negro on the floor of his casino when he walks in. What's on their minds? They seem to be obsessed with us. We seem to be living in their weak minds for free. I don't know, the place needs cleaning up a bit. What happens next, we'll see. Next. I hope I'm not going too fast. I hope I'm not going too slow. I hope everybody can hear me. I just want everybody to know who we are. Who we are. Who we are. It's not a question. It's not a question. It's not who are we. Who we are. That's an answer by far. An answer to the question they keep answering for themselves. They know who we are, and they've kept it hidden deep within them, so much so that they almost have forgotten themselves, but they know who the fuck we are. And I want you to know, we don't want to know, some of us. We don't want to know. I've talked to Negroes and tried to bring up the subject of our awakening, and let me tell you something, their boots, they're shaking. These folks don't want to talk about anything that disturbs the status quo. They just want all this shit to go how it go. I've had them run from me. It's pathetic. It's a disgrace. Literally have had them laugh in my face. What the fuck? Who we are. They've always known. They've always shown. And now we've grown. Their cover's blown. You throwing stones. But you got to do this. Don't let them tell us who we are. Don't allow them to control the narrative regarding all things Negro. Don't even let them have a seat at the table. They can go. The story is ours to discover and tell, and anyone that doesn't like that can just go to hell. Who we are. You know the story. You know his story. But now we need to discover our story. And our story is known far and wide throughout the earth, except at home, where it's worth something, let alone at least the knowledge. Some of us have gone to college, and still we don't know who Negroes are. We begin our history right there at the boat mooring. Next, America is canceled. Now look, it's not finished. It's just beginning. America as they know it is absolutely canceled. It's being canceled as I speak. And they're shitting bricks. Their knees are weak. The death of the dollar. That's what's going on. They're screaming and they're hollering. No one wants to deal with these whiny little feeling creatures, these self-serving, they're just horrible. And now their dollar is de-dollarable. I just like that. It was pretty good. Democracy to autocracy to enslavement and beyond. That's where they're on. That's where they're going. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Democracy to autocracy. That's it. Donald Trump has talked openly about 10 cities created within this country to accommodate all the different beliefs and attitudes and prejudices. 10 cities out of his mouth. He spoke prophetic words found in Revelation. I just couldn't believe it. I didn't change the station. Pretty cool. They're going to have to turn the page and close the door on this mess. That's what's going to happen. And it won't even take any less. This is happening, folks. They're on the decline, the cascading, the sublime, all this nuanced, misogynistic massaging of their minds, it's not going to help anything. They'll find they're done. It's over for America. They're through. And I, for one, am happy. Aren't you? Oh, okay. Next. Listen, be kingdom-minded. Going to be the last thing we talk about today. Be kingdom-minded. Accept no substitutes. And the substitutes, they keep handing themselves to you, don't they? But be kingdom of God-minded. Okay? No substitutes. No challenges. I'm going to tell you, they're out there for you. Heavenly versus earthly kingdoms. We talk about leaving. I've brought this up before. Some of you have talked about just walking out the door. I dig it. The United States is getting fucked up. I'm ready to go. But there's just a few things about leaving that I think you should know. First, you just can't leave without leaving here first. Make it real every day. Quench that get out thirst. First things first, separate yourselves from within this mess. If you expect to take out jet and go somewhere else, that's first. I know that. Don't leave that on the shelf. And make the kingdom your go-to. It says gear. Make the kingdom your goal. The kingdom your goal. Here's why I say this. This doesn't get old. Any nation that accepts Negroes, I believe in any moment before the Creator shows it's time to go, might require that you raise your hand and pay allegiance to their land. And I'm not going to do that under any circumstances. I'd rather duck and dodge and try to drift in this place before I take my chances in some other space that requires my allegiance, my pledge, my loyalty. I got to remind you, we're Hebrew royalty. There's no doing this. So, be kingdom-minded, Hebrews. Remember, this is almost being brought to a close, but we've got to be the remaining, those that look to the kingdom of God to draw near. I mean, it could be here by the end of the year. That's all I got. All right, well, we're good there. Oh, that was painful. I do thank you for taking a look at The Doug Rice Show. This is what I do. I've done this for now going on 3 years. I am not a populist. I'm not looking for numbers. I got to do this. I've seen brothers and sisters who create presentations for audiences of far less than I have, and I am grateful to you for everything that you do. Now, I know I haven't done this, but I'll go ahead and do that. If you like to support this effort, that would be that, and I do appreciate it. But you know what's next? What's next is we're going to look at some of this news. That's the second half of what I do. And the reason I do this for brothers and sisters, they got to find out what's happening. I don't want them to miss this. This is vital to their very survival and keen to God's arrival. So we're going to go over news for Negroes. Let's do this. First things first. Saw this, thought it was interesting. Let me take that out. Why did the black dad gives his 13-year-old son 40 acres of land in California? Now, folks, black dad, okay, I'll forget that, gives his 13-year-old, I'll forget that, 40 acres of land in California. I only got one question. Where's the mule? Where's the mule? I mean, if you're going to make a caricature headline, if you're going to be funny, I mean, if you're going to interweave into the shit we read about what we do for our children and you want to make fun of it, just go ahead and tell them that they gave him a mule too, or at least ask where the mule is in the headline, First and foremost, I don't know why he gave him any land, because we're leaving this land. But that's interesting. I just found that a bit of an insult. Black dad, huh? Black dad, just not a father, just black dad, because you want him to know. Let's relate slavery and the broken promises, even those that were kept, Negroes that actually got land, certainly just hours after everything's over, they're trying to get the land back. They're still doing it to this day. I know. Next, just saying. All right, what do we got here? I hate when they do this. What is this? What is this? Adidas backtracks on Black Lives Matter design opposition. So they backtracked on the opposition. Adidas says it is withdrawing a request to the U.S. Trademark Office to reject a Black Lives Matter application for a trademark featuring 3 parallel stripes. Boy, you know what happened? Somebody saw that and said, that's a bit too trifling. You're getting a little too petty. I mean, we're known for being petty, but what you're doing there, that's caucasus. Let's not do that. Let's let them have 3 black lines. I mean, they are black. Next! I mean, what are these people thinking about? What are they? Oh, anyway. All right, let me tell you something, folks. I am going to shock the world. I'm going to shock the world because I know this is a trap. And so many of you are going to flock to go get your money. Reparations for Black Californians could top $800 billion of money you bet not take. Let me tell you. Negroes, don't you take none of that money. You hear me? Don't you take none of that money. No, they're talking about giving you a lot of money too. Oh yeah, they're talking about giving y'all lots and lots and lots of money. Oh, we gonna be rich. We gonna be, I could say it, but I don't. But let me tell you what's gonna come as a caveat. If you take a dime, anything that you want to talk about your history in this country, you shut your goddamn mouth. You hear me? Because upon cashing and depositing any money as a way of paying reparations and equaling of events canceled and no longer relevant, you got to be out your black ass mind. They're going to ride that worse than they rid your black asses in slavery. Oh, it's going to be savory. You know what? They pay whatever they could pay to shut your black asses up. And they're ready to pay. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall for it. I ain't taking a dime. That's blood money. You know how many people they've murdered? Do you have any idea of the blood on the hands of this country? And they want to reach into the blood-soaked coffers to shake some of that shit off and put it in your Negro hands for what? For slavery. See, when you take that word slavery, compact all that they've done in that little word. See, I want to expand on the idea with fucking photos, pictures. And I want to begin to itemize each photo and what its value is in the horror experienced by the person we observe. Please give me about 20 minutes, and some of you might spit on that goddamned money. There's no amount of money that makes up for what they've done. You see, they're trying to pay us all. They're trying to pay us all. And in essence, they're trying to pay off God Almighty. Oh no, ain't no money that you offer is gonna reduce the amount of reckoning that you have coming to you. So you keep your money. I drift. Next! Sorry about that, folks. So, hey, it's one of them things. What can I do? I mean, San Francisco wants to give $5 million per black person. Boy, I'm gonna run from it. Nope, no thanks. They're going to ask me why, and let me tell you something, my brothers and sisters. I am going to tell them why. I'm going to tell them why I don't want their blood money, and I'm going to tell you something, folks. I'm going to tell them why I don't want their money to the point they will never offer to me again. I guarantee it. They don't want their ears burned the way I will burn them again. I'm going to make some of you think. They don't even want me to repeat what I'll say. So some of you might walk away. Don't you take that money. Next, the Doug Rising Show. Well, I know I've played this before, but I do like this. This money you take. Yes, if they embarrass themselves openly today, like in modern times, if they decide to detain or handcuff a family, yes, get that $8 million. Yes, that money you take. Yes. Yes. Because the only blood on that money might be your own or your family members. So yes, take that money, absolutely. Yeah. Next, you doing, folks? Doug Rice, 1246, Sunday. What's this about? What do you mean? Police reform divides community where cop killed black man. Well, listen, if the cop killed black man, ain't the community already divided? What are you talking about? Grand Rapids, Michigan. What are you doing in Michigan? I'm sorry about your luck. Okay, what is this? What is this? Local black pioneers honored for their work at Black Heritage Gala. What? First time 3 years, Rochester's Black Heritage Gala was back. What are you, black hair, black, what? Where's the heritage at? Where's the heritage in this country that black people are so fucking proud of? What is it, fucking, what are they, cotillions and shit? What's going on, the bulls? Where's the Negro-centric heritage you're pointing to? What? Tell me what they celebrate and why as Negroes in this country. And then break it down like a goddamned fraction and check out the lunacy, the idiocy, the denial of facts, the facts that, you know, they don't want you to really pay attention to. You just celebrate your blackness in this country while we do everything to cancel your blackness in this country. If you don't get out of my goddamn face. Next, we'll just read the news. Oh, baby! Oh, you're gonna like this. So, the United States considers asking Black Americans on census if they are slave descendants. Yeah, they want to ask that. What do you think they'll do with that if they decide to just, fuck it? Black people did something I didn't like. Let's round them all up. Well, how will we find them? Remember that question they asked on the census? Can't you see the turn of the world? Are we not paying attention? Who's not paying attention? Get the fuck out. Who's not understanding what I'm laying down? Go, leave. Take your fucking chances. Don't pack. No. Settle in. Make your bed, okay? Open a business. Make plans. Talk about a goddamn legacy up in this motherfucker. You do that. For me in my house, we serve the Most High God. Next. Black veterans, were more often denied VA benefits for post-traumatic stress disorder than white counterparts. What are you shocked? Are you shocked? So effectively that which made Black veterans lose their fucking minds, the defense of this country in combat, has been neglected on a racial basis, solely because predicated on, the whims and, political leanings of the person administering care. Right? In other words, if there's a white dude, a black guy needs help, is PTSD, that individual, their attitudes toward Negroes suddenly rises to the surface of the situation. And suddenly Negroes don't have the benefits that they fucking deserve. You still grinning? I hope not. Next, I really do. I hope not. I hope some of you can find it within yourselves not to be happy, jovial Negroes. Because without a smile, it really cramps their goddamn style. It's very rewarding. Okay, what's next? Here we go. Mississippi, closer to more state police in mostly black city. And she looks mad. Doesn't she look mad? Wow. Representative Zekiah Summers, which a name that angers them. The name angers them, which is odd. But Representative Zekiah Summers of Jackson speaks against passage of the controversial Jackson Capitol Complex improvement. They want to put more police where black people are, thus, kind of increasing the possibility of police contact with brothers. And we know how that ends. Tensions erupted Friday as the majority white and Republican-controlled Mississippi House passed the final version of a bill to expand the territory of a state-run police department inside the capital city. Mostly black folks live there. And color me not surprised. Right before our eyes. What's wrong? What's wrong? Why are you complaining? That's really my main issue with all of this. You're 83% of Jackson residents are black, and white minority has determined they will police you. And you're shocked, mad, and upset. You're all that. I bet you are. Yet you make plans to stay in this land. You don't even entertain the possible that we might leave one day. I don't know. I know a lot of indications point to us leaving. I watch T.L. Ministries, Brother Yacoba. You should watch him too. A lot of indications we're out of here. And let me see, here's one. Black hole jet from newly classified galaxy changes direction toward Earth astronomies. Saying, now listen, I'm not saying that anything's going to happen to us. It's a long ways away. What I am saying is that there's a reaction to something going on in the universe and things are pointing in our direction. A lot of shit's coming at us. Might want to check on our status. Next, I don't know. Just leave me alone. Here we go. Oh, don't you like this? A course meant to inspire more black students to take AP classes sparked a culture war instead. The advanced placement of African American studies class was designed to prepare more black students for college. Now it's a political. So basically, any benefit that we might get from information they've set as controversial, and they put it in the realm of critical race theory. I mean, it's right there at the helm of everything that they do. And I thought about something. What are black students supposed to do in school when the history that you teach is all about you? And you've somehow neglected the history of people that are sitting in the class listening. And suddenly, what you wanted to protect your weakened child's mind is now imposing on the mind of my child. Fine. How dare you? So because your feckless, racist, violent, murderous children, hate-filled representations of you, can't take history recited in a more or less enclosed environment, controlled environment. It's too much for their delicate psyche to process the horrors of our history. Well, what that does is eliminate the origins of the black students in the class. And what's going to happen to their ass? How are they gonna cope not knowing that your folks put us at the end of a rope? Okay, I should. Next! The Doug Rice Show. I don't know. I'm just saying, folks, it's pretty bad shit that's happening here. And talked about this. Donald Trump, gearing up for battle at New York court. I mean, they're doing all kind of stuff. I mean, he's gearing up for battle. He's expected to fly to New York City from Mar-a-Lago and hush money payments to a porn star. Now, not only is this the candidate for president, but this used to be a president. And the trip is this hush money shit, even though it's, legit, it predicates him hushing shit so he could get elected. And it's just amazing. These people are going out of their way to see that he's protected. I don't get this. They love evil now. They like it. They like this is what they want, and they're gonna get it too. Oh, they're gonna get it in spades. Next, we're almost done. Relax. I'm just going through the final countdown with you all. Again, I do thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. I think that's pretty much all. Yahoo is giving me some mandates on cookies, so hey, that's all I need. Well, I do appreciate you showing up. About an hour into this, a little bit over. You guys are going to have a great rest of your day, and I'm sure April is coming your way, and it's just going to be roses, and it's wonderful, isn't it? No, shit's all fucked up. No, shit's all fucked up. And when you go to work tomorrow, please understand, shit's all fucked up. You understand? They do not have a handle on this shit. It's about to cascade out of their control and into oblivion, straight in the directions of Negroes. Their aim is being taken. And you can believe their aim is true. They want to do every possible thing they can to you. The only thing I'm asking my family to do is to get that goddamn grin off your faces. So eventually you'll be cool. All right, I gotta go. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. See ya.